All right, guys, so big news today. Our exhaust for the S1K finally came in today after a month of waiting. They were all on back order. It's an SE project, so they were all on back order back in Italy, and it was a really long waiting process of just getting it made and then shipped here to the US, and then I ordered it from Motivation, and then them sending it to me. They sent it out to me pretty quickly. Their customer service is awesome. So if you guys are needing any motorcycle parts, anything, Motivation is a really good place to go to. So what it is, it's I believe it's an SC1 GP replica. So it's one of the most expensive exhausts that I've even seen available for these bikes. Obviously full titanium, everything is coming off, muffler, cats. I finally get to fix this thing because I've been running it with no slip-on. I just hate how big it is. The slip-on that's coming with this bike is pretty big too. I don't like the look of the shorty cans. I don't know, I just don't like the way they look. So the one that I got isn't as short as a shorty can, but it's still not like a full slip-on. It's a really nice, like, in the middle. So it's awesome. I'm excited to show you guys. I'm excited to put it together. So this is what this video is going to be about, is obviously tearing apart this monstrosity here. We're going to tear that apart. We're going to learn together. I've never put an exhaust on a motorcycle before, so it's going to be a new experience for me. So I'm gonna show you guys the process of me doing that, and then obviously we'll have sound test of what this sounds like before and what it sounds like after, how it rides, the response, throttle response, and see if there's any power differences right off the back before I even tune it. I haven't even bought the tune for it yet to flash it, but I'll be buying that pretty soon because I got a bunch of other things that I'm purchasing for this bike. I already have a wrap that's going to be going on this bike. I'm already talking with a shop out in Austin. They want to do the wrap for me, so that's going to be great. I have a wrap going for it, and I have a couple other things planned for this bike, so it's all coming together. It's happening pretty fast, but I also want to take my time with it. You know, I don't want to finish the build. I don't want to finish the build too fast and just, you know, kind of be done with it. Obviously, I'll never really be done with the build. There's always going to be shit that I want to do to it. Obviously, I want to put new rims on it, and I still got a bunch of carbon fiber to put out throughout the whole bike. So yeah, this is just the very beginning of the build, but I think starting with the exhaust, obviously I've done little things to it, but I mean nothing too major, you know, just windscreen, block off plates. I did the radiator guards, but you know, I think an exhaust is a perfect, like, first good upgrade for this bike. So I'm excited. Let's go take a look at it.
No, SC Project, in my opinion, is the best sounding full system you can get for an S1K.
Yeah, the shorty, I mean, even though I don't like the shorties, the fucking shorty cans for these, the full systems, sound nuts.
Oh, shit.
You thought it was going to be a big reveal.
Yeah, I know. You got all this.
The bracket.
Brackets. Oh, you got a fuck ton of stickers.
Yeah, dude. Too bad they're not going on the bike.
Headers?
Yes.
One side?
One side of the headers. Other side of the headers here.
Oh shit, there's that slip-on box down there. They tease you. That's your
Mid-pipe?
mid-pipe?
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be your
What the fuck is that?
your decap pipe.
Made in Italy.
Oh, it sucked.
That's gorgeous.
Damn.
See how perfect that is? It's like not a shorty.
I know, it's perfect.
It's a midi.
Yeah, it's like our favorite part
For
about
racing
titanium.
use only.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My favorite part about titanium exhausts is the titanium around the weld. Oh yeah, that's gotta come out.
That's coming out for sure.
Stock exhaust with no can on the end.
We're going to take off all of our side fairings, belly pan on both sides. So, which is pretty much easy. They're all T25 bolts, most of them. I don't think there's any bolts that's not a T25, but most likely it's all T25. These are all the fairings off. That's right underneath, in front of the radiator actually. Both of the belly, bottom of the belly, both side winglets. And I think that's like right under the nose. Yeah, you do have a bolt underneath your emblem. So you have to pop your emblems out so you can unscrew that as well. That goes right here, you gotta unscrew that. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. If you're good at tearing things apart and not necessarily putting things back together, it's pretty easy. It's just a putting back apart. That's the only problem. But that was pretty easy. I think that took maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We weren't fucking around.
15, 20 minutes.
Okay. It looks really crazy with no fairings.
Yeah.
All right, well, step 1 done. What's step 2?
Step 2 is gonna be
The radiator.
you possibly won't need to, we might actually not need to drain the radiator, but we will need to take off all the support bolts and leave the 2 tabs at the top so we can push it back. Once we get it pushed back, we should be able to have enough space. There's a lot more space in here than I thought there was. You don't have any M sockets, do you?
Any what?
M? So there's Germans use special sockets called it's like an M. This looks like it's gonna be like an M15. Basically, it's like a Torx. It's like an E socket, which is like a Torx socket, but it's got a lot more teeth. If you notice, these have a ton of teeth on them. It's normally something you can. Those are normally something you can pick up at like O'Reilly's or AutoZone or any type of auto parts store. So we will need to go and grab those because the last thing I want to do is roll those nuts.
So yeah, we're gonna need some more sockets to take the header bolts off, like you said. And then hopefully, I'm really hoping that we don't have to drain the coolant because that's gonna be a mess, and I really don't want to have to deal with that. But if we have to drain the coolant, we have to. But hopefully, we can not do that. So next part is pretty much just getting this radiator out of the way so we can reach the header bolts and stuff. We're gonna go get 12-point sockets from O'Reilly's, so we don't round these off, because last thing you want to do is round those off and then wait another 6 months for BMW to send you those specialty nuts that go onto those headers. So let's not round these off so we don't have to wait forever to get new nuts in there.
Yes, these are better.
Just get both. You never know.
Yep.
So
Alright.
show the people what we're
So
getting.
here we go. We're getting 12-point sockets, as you can see. It's got all 12 points to be able to catch every little ridge on that nut. Every little ridge on the nut. As we were able to find out, if your hands are not as big as ours, you will not have to remove the radiator at all. All we did was remove the 2 top radiator support bolts so that we could get this little bit of play in it, so that we could fit our hands into here. But we were able to get every single bolt off of here without taking anything off. Definitely recommend getting yourself a set of these. Gear Wrench makes really good ones, or you could just get even the Pittsburgh set from Harbor Freight. All your box end wrenches are going to come with 12-point ends. It's just a tin, and these bolts, BMW did a really good job, because as soon as you would loosen them, they're all just finger tight and they'll come right off. But as of right now, we are ready to drop this exhaust out. I believe we have all of the mounting bolts out of here.
Where?
One big bolt right there. So that's going to be you can see there's one right there that goes all the way through.
Yeah, I see that. This bolt right back here where my finger's at. I know the focus isn't really focusing, but it's that bolt right back there. So I think that's the last thing holding the this full exhaust. Obviously the O2 sensors and stuff, I've already started taking those off. Just taking these off here. Took this off here. There's the O2 sensor right there and the one on the other side. But it's gonna be a lot easier once the exhaust actually comes down. So like you were saying, you can reach the header bolts without actually removing the radiator. They can just fit right in here. Especially if you have smaller hands, it's a lot easier to get in here. And also, I'd recommend, don't drive this bike if you're gonna work on it that day. Don't drive it that day because it's fucking hot. So that's another thing we're working around, is this block is really hot right now. So it's hard to get all the way up in there and not burn your hands.
Ready to drop it out?
Yeah. Okay. Also, this thing could be really handy if you want to get that. This is like a little mini jack that you just kind of reach down.
All you're going to do is grab it like I'm grabbing it right here. And you're going to kind of twist it out. And there they are. And here comes your whole exhaust system. All right. It's not going to come all the way out because we still have the O2 sensors holding it in some places. Were you able to break this one or no?
No, I didn't touch that one at all. I didn't get to that one. But you can see here, these bolts, you just shimmy it off of here. You kind of just twist it back and forth until these headers just come off. And so now it's completely off. The only thing holding it up is now the O2 sensors. This is the last one that he's taken off right there. And they're pretty, these ones on the inside towards the headers are really tight. And they're bigger as well. So now they're completely off. The only thing that's still on is the servo.
So you see this little metal bar right here?
Yeah.
Okay, this metal bar has to come off completely.
Okay.
So it's going to be, that's just a pop rivet. And that, it's right, you see where it curves up right above your oil filter?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever size that is, that has to come off. I believe it's
All right, guys, finally resuming this video probably a week later. I had to come to FedEx to manually come and pick up my fucking package. They missed my delivery date last week, so I decided to just make sure I come and get it today. It's been hell just getting this little bit of equipment just to finally finish the bike. So a little bit of a hassle, but we're finishing it today. Gonna finish this video. This video's been probably over a span of 3 weeks now. So putting that together, hearing this exhaust, and riding this bike all day today. All right, just made it back to the garage. We're finally here again. We're about to blue all of the piping right now. We haven't been here in a while. We've literally just been waiting for this piece to come in. So
3 weeks now?
yeah, 3 whole weeks just for some flanges and some gaskets. But they're here now, so not much more complaining I can even do. Sucks, but I'm happy it's happening now. And I'm just hoping everything goes right today. So we're gonna blue these. I'll shoot a little bit of B-roll of these getting blue, which is gonna be pretty cool. After they're blue and they're cooled down a little bit, which shouldn't take too long, we just start smacking this thing back together. We'll probably, I think the only issue we'll probably have putting this together is probably rerouting the O2 sensors and figuring out what to do with those servo cables, because I do not have a servo buddy. I won't clip them off. I don't wanna do that, but we'll figure something out. Spraying these down with some Double D.
Double D, make it blue up nice and fast.
Wipe that
Spray
Jones
it down, wipe it down.
Please wear gloves if you're doing this.
Yes, you do not want to burn fingerprints into your brand new titanium exhaust.
All right, so we got a flamethrower. We're a bit far away, but got a flamethrower. We'll see how this turns out. Oh.
Need to put it on the concrete because look, the tar is burned to the bottom of that. What are you thinking?
If he burns this house down,
No.
we have it on video.
No, it's not my fault.
Going on YouTube.
Oh, damn it. Everybody's gonna know. You two fuckers just made the biggest mistakes of your lousy career.
These things are crazy. They are fully blued, waiting for them to cool down now, and then waiting for them to cool down so we can start assembling this on the bike now. All the bluing process is done. I will highly recommend getting one of these blowers, these torches like this that hook up to the big propane, because the little one, the ones that come in the little bottle, in all honesty, that would have taken forever to do. As you can see, I think I showed it in the first clip. It took a while for that to blue. This started bluing within 30 seconds, so it was very easy, and you're getting a lot more even of a blue, and you get a little cool gradient like this just naturally with the flame spreading over the pipe. So the bigger flame, this goes by a lot easier. It's a little bit more expensive. I think that attachment was like $100. Propane was relatively cheap, but other than that, these turned out really, really great. So now all of that process is done. Once those cool down, we start assembling. So it's gonna look really good, really excited. Everything's going pretty well today, so just keep on moving. All right, technically it's put together. See you right there. Technically it's on, everything's on. So we're gonna start her. Hear what it sounds like with no can, straight heads, straight mid pipe, no fairings on. So we're gonna compare what it sounds like with this, then with the can, and then the can with no baffle. So we're gonna have three different sounding exhausts. I'll go back and once I edit this, I'll kind of see what sounds the best. I'll probably always run the can just because it looks good and I paid for it. So, but we'll go ahead and hear what it sounds like. This thing has not been started in a while. It's also gonna self-tune right now, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna self-tune. Holy shit. Start her up.
Saw that flame?
I saw the sparks. It wasn't a flame, buddy.
Was a spark from
That
what?
was sparks.
From what?
The only thing I can think is the ceramic paste. Try her again.
How is this thing blowing up on me?
It's not. That sounds nuts. This is the first straight pipe I've heard of the new updated motor with the different valves and the different rods and pistons. It sounds a lot different. It sounds really good.
That sounded scary.
It sounds insane.
That scared me.
Let's put the can on and roll it outside and let it self-tune itself.
That was so ridiculous, I thought it broke.
This thing looks crazy with no side fairings. Looks like a big alien. Alright, here we go with the muffler and the baffle. Time to see
That's
what it
gonna
sounds
burn
like.
real good. All right, my hair and face are absolutely disgusting, but that's the bike. It's fully done. I don't know how much more footage I'm adding to the end of this because I already know this is a 20+ minute video with just breaking this bike down, all the talking and yapping, sound test and shit. So I don't know if I'm gonna add videos of me riding after this, or if I'm gonna make that a separate video, or if I'm gonna do rollers or B-roll, or if that's gonna be a separate video. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. Anyways, that's the end of this installation after 3 weeks. So it went very well. If the parts were all here, that was definitely gonna be done in one single day. Pretty easy installation. If you have somebody who's mechanically inclined like him, it'll go pretty easy. If I was by myself, That probably could have went on for probably about a week. But figured it out. It was all good and dandy. Everything worked out. About to ride this beautiful thing now. Like I said, gonna get some footage on the action cam and everything. So yeah, that's it. That is it. So like I said, I don't know what else I'm adding to this video, but if this is it, then appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe. I'm tired, so I'm not gonna talk too much more. Peace out.